Michelangelo Buonarroti was one of the most renowned and influential artists of the Italian Renaissance. His sculptures, paintings, and architectural designs are regarded as some of the greatest achievements in Western art. Known for his mastery of the human form and his innovative approach to classical techniques, Michelangelo's work transcends time and continues to inspire generations of artists. This narrative is sponsored by Polly Speaks For You. The creator of Polly Speaks For You has always been passionate about empowering individuals, especially those with disabilities or learning challenges, through text-to-speech and voice recognition technology. Polly Speaks For You isn't just a tool, it's a bridge for people to communicate and interact with the world in a meaningful way. By blending historical storytelling with cutting-edge tech, the creator showcases how powerful a voice can be, whether telling your own story or preserving history. So hit that like, share, and subscribe button and help this channel grow. Now back to the story. 1. The power of the human form. Michelangelo's sculptural mastery. Michelangelo's most notable contribution to art is his ability to bring the human form to life through sculpture. His sculptures are celebrated for their anatomical accuracy, emotional depth, and dynamic poses, which seem to breathe with life. Michelangelo's approach to sculpture. Anatomical precision. Michelangelo's deep understanding of human anatomy allowed him to create figures with a striking sense of realism. He studied cadavers and dissected bodies to learn how muscles and bones interacted, resulting in figures that seemed to convey both strength and grace. The unfinished, non finito technique. Michelangelo often left sculptures in an unfinished state, known as non finito, where figures seemed to emerge from the stone. This technique conveyed a sense of energy and transformation, as if the stone was still in the process of becoming a figure. Dynamic poses. Michelangelo's sculptures are known for their dynamic and dramatic poses, evoking a sense of movement. Figures such as the David and dying slave express both physical and emotional tension. How to capture Michelangelo's sculptural mastery. Focus on anatomy. Study the human form in detail to understand how muscles and bones interact. Focus on creating sculptures that highlight natural proportions and movement. Embrace unfinished work. Try leaving areas of your work unfinished to create a sense of raw energy. Allow the material to speak for itself, showcasing the process of creation. Play with tension and movement. Experiment with dynamic poses that convey tension, strength, and emotion. Don't just aim for static poses. Think about how your figures might move. 2. Fresco painting. The Sistine Chapel and beyond. Michelangelo's painting, especially his work on the Sistine Chapel ceiling, revolutionized fresco technique. His ability to combine detailed narrative scenes with complex compositions remains a hallmark of his painting style. Michelangelo's approach to painting. Grandiose compositions. In the Sistine Chapel, Michelangelo painted scenes from the Book of Genesis, most famously the creation of Adam. These expansive compositions were designed to be viewed from below, creating a dramatic effect that enveloped the viewer in the narrative. Contrapposto and human emotion. Like his sculpture, Michelangelo's figures in painting were known for their contrapposto poses. Figures standing with one leg raised, creating a sense of natural motion. His figures are imbued with deep emotion, ranging from strength and pride to vulnerability and despair. Vivid color and dramatic light. Michelangelo used vibrant colors and dramatic lighting to create depth and movement in his paintings. His figures seem to emerge from the background, illuminated by a divine light that emphasizes both their form and their emotional weight. How to emulate Michelangelo's painting techniques. Use strong compositional elements. When planning your work, think about large-scale compositions with a strong central theme. Create depth through layering and perspective to draw the viewer's eye through the scene. Capture emotion. Michelangelo's figures are never just anatomically correct. They are full of emotion. Focus on the feelings you want to express through the figure's gestures and facial expressions. Play with light and color. Use contrast and light to create depth and drama. Experiment with chiaroscuro, the use of light and shadow, to add a three-dimensional quality to your figures. 3. The architectural vision. The dome of St. Peter's Basilica. Beyond his work as a sculptor and painter, Michelangelo also made significant contributions to architecture. His work on St. Peter's Basilica in Rome is considered one of his greatest architectural achievements, where he designed the iconic dome that would become one of the most recognizable landmarks in the world. Michelangelo's approach to architecture. Structural innovation. Michelangelo's work on St. Peter's Basilica was marked by his innovative use of space and structure. He simplified and harmonized the basilica's design, creating a dome that was not only visually striking, but also structurally sound. Classical influence. Michelangelo drew inspiration from classical Roman architecture, but reinterpreted it in a way that was fresh and modern for his time. His designs merged classical harmony with Renaissance humanism, creating buildings that celebrated both the divine and human achievement. How to apply Michelangelo's architectural principles. Innovative use of space. Look for ways to simplify and harmonize the structure of your designs, balancing functionality with aesthetics. Experiment with creating bold structures that challenge traditional design. Classical inspiration. Draw from classical forms such as domes, arches, and columns, but don't be afraid to reinterpret them in innovative ways. Merge tradition with modern sensibilities. Focus on harmony. Ensure that all elements of your design work together to create a sense of balance. Michelangelo's architecture is admired for how every part contributes to the greater whole. 4. Emotional and spiritual depth in art. Michelangelo's work is filled with emotional intensity, from the serene beauty of his Pietà sculpture to the tortured figures in his paintings on the Sistine Chapel ceiling. His art is not just a representation of the human body, but a window into the soul. Michelangelo's emotional expression. Depiction of struggle and triumph. Many of Michelangelo's works depict figures in moments of struggle, whether it's the David preparing for battle or the figures on the Sistine Chapel ceiling wrestling with their fate. These figures express a range of emotions, from pride to anguish, triumph to defeat. Spiritual meaning. Michelangelo's religious works, particularly his frescoes in the Sistine Chapel, explore profound themes of faith, creation, and salvation. He often portrayed figures not just as human beings, but as reflections of divine will, embodying the eternal struggle between man and God. How to capture emotion and spirituality in your work. A focus on human struggle. Think about the inner conflict and struggles of your subjects. Whether physical or emotional, emphasize the tension and dynamic energy of human existence. Imbue figures with meaning. Don't just paint or sculpt the body. Create figures that symbolize something larger, whether it's faith, struggle, or divine inspiration. Use symbolism. Incorporate symbols and iconography that communicate deeper meanings. Michelangelo often used gestures and poses to express spiritual ideas and human experiences. Conclusion. Michelangelo Buonarroti's contributions to art, sculpture, and architecture shaped the course of Western art and culture. His ability to fuse the technical with the emotional, the physical with the spiritual, remains unparalleled. For aspiring artists, the lessons of Michelangelo's work are timeless. The importance of study, the power of expression, and the transformative potential of art. His legacy continues to inspire, challenging artists to think beyond the limits of their craft and explore the vast depths of the human condition. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. To learn more about South Africa's leading accessibility software, visit www.polispeaks4u.co.za and support this meaningful dyslexic initiative. Thank you for watching.